Okay, so far we've learned that we mature by helping others, and specifically we're called to serve. But true followers of Jesus aren't just generous through serving, we should also be generous with our money. Look at what Jesus said in Matthew 6. No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. And then he said this, you cannot serve both God and money. Paul wrote this to Timothy in 1 Timothy 6. He said, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people, craving money, have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. Now, the Bible doesn't say that money is bad or wrong. Look at this verse again. It says the love of money or craving money, this is the problem. And here's the reality. We may possess many things, but we own nothing. It all belongs to God, and that's why we're called to give. Jesus said this, don't store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. He said, store your treasures in heaven where moths and rust cannot destroy and thieves do not break in and steal. See, he wanted to make sure that his followers had the right perspective on their money. He wanted to make sure that they were generous. And then he gave this great insight into how to keep money from being an idol in our lives. He said this in verse 21, wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. See, look at this passage. He's saying this, your heart follows your treasure. So if you want to love Jesus more, if you really want to mature and grow, then you should be a giver. You should be generous and give to God's kingdom, because giving generously keeps us from making money an idol. When we give to the kingdom of God, when that becomes a priority with our giving, with our spending, then we're going to see our hearts following God even more. Now, there are many places to give. You can give to people in your life who are in need. It's important that Christians are known as generous people, so give to people in need in your life. You can also give to missionaries and ministries that are furthering and advancing the kingdom of God. But you should also especially give to your local church. It's important for you to be involved in a local church and to give to your local Christian church. Paul said this, 2 Corinthians 8, give in proportion to what you have. Whatever you give is acceptable if you give it eagerly. So don't compartmentalize your giving and your spending and your finances. Make sure that you understand this truth number 11, that we're called to give. Now, why don't you hit pause and talk about it? And be sure to check out some of those other videos to dig deeper into this topic.